Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today in this video where we're going to be reacting to another of Tom MacDonald's song. All right, I recently reacted to White Boys, which was the one I thought people had been talking about. But the comment section has been full of people saying it was the wrong one. It was meant to be the one without Z. All right, cool. So I've gone on, I found it, and now let's check this out. But brace myself for this one, isn't it? If it's as bad as people are going on about. All right, come on, people. Let's get this party started.
I cannot feel guilty for that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should. Yeah, I'm white, but I never put your neck in no noose, and I never burnt a cross or hid my face with a hood. You can't just label me racist because I'm related to people who did some terrible way back before I was alive. My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed because of my pretty blue eyes and Nazi.
Whoa. Okay. But still, is that a lie? I'm asking a question there. Is everything he's just said a lie? We'll talk about it at the end. Come on, people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. First strike. I can see that. I can see that. But not first strike in the way you guys are thinking. People that don't agree with it, by the way.
White supremacist. Anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil, neo-Nazi, cop trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole ain't the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collectively. White boy, don't say.
Wait. Is that not what I've been saying? Is that not what I've been saying? Okay, hold on a second. This channel, we've got the logo identity counts because of exactly that. People need to be seen as individuals and not as a collective. If somebody commits a crime, that person needs to be held responsible, not the race of that. Oh my days.
Say that, white boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. If a black man is sipping on some cognac sitting next to me, I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha because her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy. They're angry, I'm reciting the facts. He's white and he raps and stole the culture right from the blacks. Okay, it's fire, but we lit the.
Why do people hate this song? Why do people... Okay. Hold on a second. The people that are hating this song, have they actually listened to it? Now I get it. When he said, maybe it's a good thing I listened to the wrong way around, listening to this house before listening to this. What he was saying there has completely been misunderstood. Now, people need to listen to the words that he's speaking. Come on, let's go, people. Sorry, guys. I don't know.
Lit the flame, he's siphoning gas. So this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack. You letting history perpetuate the hatred within, and then you paint me with the brush you painted slave owners with. Yeah. White boy, don't say that. White boy. Oh, you so bad, white boy. You wish you were black, white boy. Dear white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. I got a mother, a father, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And God willing, one day I'll have a kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you want to hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless and the ones who build the system just to smother you with hardship. Stop before you say it. I know what you've been thinking. How's a straight white male in 2018? You're making me the villain by demonizing my race for things I didn't do and decisions I didn't make. No one that I call a friend has ever owned a slave, and neither did our dads or our dads' dads. Sakes acknowledging atrocities were wrongly committed is all that I can offer while I'm wrongly convicted. I would never hate a man for what God gave him in pigments, and I would never plot against him just because he is different. I would never judge a human for the cards he was given or call him lesser than myself because of the race that he's mixed with. White people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and Royals. They're the people who monopolized the water and oil and injected your communities with drugs that they spoiled. Got no patience for Nazis.
I give up. I give up. In one of my songs, I think it was about Ren, and I talked about how creating that sense of othering, we are distracted from what we need to be focusing on. The people that are creating the struggles you're in, for example, the lack of resources, lack of schools, lack of hospitals, lack of, I don't know, appropriate sort of like services, first response, and policing, and all of that. The people that are creating the lack of these resources are not the others. They're not the immigrants. They're not the black race or the white race or anything. They're the people that have been put in power to make things easy for you. Instead, what they're doing is making things easy for their mates. But what do? We try and fight against each other. Like, what are we talking? What is he talking here? That's nonsense. That's not true. Oh my days. Please stop.
I think they're better
Oh.
off dead. The fighting hatred with hatred, making the hate more intense. I don't want nothing to do with either side of the fence, so don't blindly attack me for wearing braids on my head. Hate the people who believe you put yourselves in the ghetto. Hate the ones who teach their children you ain't because they said so. Hate the ones who think you're all the same and judge you profusely because the way that you're portrayed on our news and in movies. Being white and being racist aren't the same, man, I promise. No, it's hard to tell the difference if I'm just being honest. I deserve the chance to show you I'm not part of the problem, and you owe it to yourselves. We got so much in common. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh, you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy,
Oh my
be
God.
white boy. White boy, white noise. I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies. Don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh, you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy.
I give in. Oh gosh. You know what? I haven't heard a single racist thing on there. As a person of color, as a black person, I completely agree with everything that he's just said there. You know, the one thing that worries me is this idea of reverse racism and people thinking that that's okay. There was a YouTuber that did a thing on what we're doing to white people, um, which I reacted to, which I thought was absolutely amazing. I thought it was brilliant. It was a brilliant piece. And the comment and the reactions and all of that were being perpetrated in on YouTube, TikTok, and everything, and people actually thinking that's okay. Now, my question is, if those same comments that were used in that video were used the other way around, would we think it was okay? If it was directed at black people, Asian people, any other race, would we think it was okay? I'll say this: slavery was absolutely toxic. But the idea of slavery, or rather the business, which it was at the time, it was a business. We need to remember this. It wasn't just done to one race of people, it was done to all races. I did a reaction to the Irish slaves, and the shock I got out of that was, how don't nobody else talk about it? The white people were also slaves. We need to think about this really critically as a human race, not as black or white, but as a human race. This issue is deeper than what we think it is. And the more we can actually sit there and reflect on things that have gone before us, because that's what it's meant to be. History is meant to educate us to do better. But what we're doing right now is creating further divisions within ourselves by hating white people, saying we're hating the oppressors. Hold on a second, what does that even mean? Yes, there are systems in place that have been designed in a certain way from generations before and stuff like that. But those systems are going to need time to be able to adjust it. And I think to a certain extent, we're making progress. Slow sometimes, yes. But how do we change it? We change it by pulling together as a collective, not by demonizing one group. What you're doing is that you're creating a barrier to the change that you're asking for in the first place. You want to be treated as equal, but you don't want to treat the person. You want them to treat you as equal, as the same. How does that make sense? I don't get that. What happened in the past was wrong. But we can't force people now that haven't been part of that wrong to accept a crime they never committed. That is not on. That's not acceptable. You can't just sit there and label someone as an oppressor without fully understanding the person themselves. Individuality is a thing, and we need to remember that. We cry out within the black community when somebody turns around and say a black person is aggressive, just like that, just because that's what they are like. That comment is wrong and shouldn't be said. That black person, or rather than even add the color to it, that person was aggressive. That person has got an anger issue. That person needs help. How about if we do that instead? White or black? We need to start seeing things and saying it as it is. The N word is not a word to claim, it's disgusting. So you can't turn around and say, oh, black people can say it, white people can't say it. If one can say it, the other can say it. You either want it or you don't want it. You can't pick and choose. It's derogatory. Oh, yes, it is. Don't say it then. Stop looking for something to fight over and look for something to come together about. That's all I'm going to say. And that's a wrap. Crying out loud. People make so much noise about this song, and it wasn't even that bad. It was actually speaking facts. All right, guys, it's been longer than I thought it was going to be. um, Let me know in the comment section below if you agree or don't agree. Tell me the reason you don't agree, and don't just speak emotionally. Be unbiased in your view. Don't be emotional by this. Just be unbiased. Why is it okay for one to say and not the other? And why are you hating that your neighbor, were they involved in that crime itself? We need to remember within every race, we've got good and bad. We need to remember that. We can't just label people. All right. Please, I'm looking forward to reading the comments. I'm looking forward to be called a sellout as well. I think that's a cop out when people say that, by the way. All right. If you like what we're all about, please like, subscribe, and join our community. And thank you all for doing that so far. Let me know in your views, and if there are any other ones you'd like me to react to. Until next time, you guys make sure you look after yourself. It has been Kings. Peace. Bye for now.